So, adventurers, and welcome to the club. Well, my experience when it comes to rechargeable products is they are usually not charged when you need them. But not this one here. Because this is a solar rechargeable flashlight. And as long as the sun works, which we hope she will do for a few million years, it should always be charged. And it even works while being in the packaging. Hello adventurers and welcome to the club. Today I'm presenting to you a solar rechargeable flashlight. Yeah, that's right. It charges with solar energy. But let's take a look at it. I've already pre-cut the packaging. It's the kind of packaging that you have to cut into pieces. But let's take a look at the backside for a short moment. Yeah, you just put it into the sun and it charges. It was about $7, so not too expensive. And now let's just check it out, right? This is the solar panel. We have a power button. And it is very powerful. Another button press activates this rear work light section, and then it turns off. But we can turn it on, press again, it gets a bit dimmer, then the work light, then the second work light, and off. And if you have operated it for a while and press the button again, it turns directly off. Extra to the solar charging, we have a USB-C port, which is not very accessible because they have mounted it a bit crooked in there. Whatever. Yeah. It says it is bright and you don't look directly into it. But if we disagree with this and look into it, we see it is truly extremely bright. Yeah, putting this up like this to have a bit of a work light if you do something, that's quite handy. But it should have added a hole for lanyard or something like this, so you can hang it from something or attach it to something. But otherwise, it's quite interesting. So now, let's take it apart. Yeah, now we got it. See, if it gets enough light, it charges. LED lights are not ideal for charging a device like this or activating the cell, because they don't have much of that good old UV. So now let's take it apart. We can just unscrew the bottom cap here to reveal our standard lithium-ion battery, which is plugged in here. Let's unplug it and take it out. As you can see, it is our standard 18650 lithium-ion battery. They claim it has 1200 milliamp hours, but I doubt it. It's made in China. The Chinese have a different rating system for stuff like this. They have like the rating plus whatever sounds good in the fantasy. And by the way, this end cap here is made out of metal, but the threading and rest of it is just plastic, which would be good in terms of sealing it. But then again, we have this USB-C plug that just makes it splash water resistant, but not really waterproof. They could have done a way better job by skipping the USB-C port and making it a completely sealed unit, so only solar light charges it, and yeah, whatever. Let's unscrew the top of it here. And we see this part here, it's also made out of metal. And here we get the rather flimsy LED assembly. And I have to tell you, this is the biggest caveat of this. But first a little look at the circuit board inside. We have a 8-pin chip in there, bunch of resistors, a little LED, and the USB-C port. And another plug holding the LED in place. Yeah, I have tested this unit, by the way, because if I recommend gear or show gear on the channel, I want to have tested it before. And I have to tell you, as much as I like the concept of it, this one is, well, let's say it's okay for camping, but I give it a plain old 0 as a survival or bug out rating, because in this unit they have totally overdriven the LED. That means they just get too much power, which you will see right now when we run it for a few seconds. Yeah. Can you see it? It's starting to smoke in there. Yeah, that's right. And now, by the way, you have seen, once it is running for a few seconds and you press the button again, you don't have to cycle through the functions, but it turns immediately off. But yeah, LED that gets so hot that it smokes, it's not reliable. This will burn out in an extremely short order. And yeah, I know what you say, you might have gotten a broken one from the store, but I went there and I replaced it. And yeah, it's just a design flaw. The problem is, they always try to make them extremely bright. And, well, LEDs don't like to be overdriven, especially when they have no real cooling. And as you see with this flashlight here, that's from the dollar store. Even this one is overdriving the LED a bit, but it is doing a far better job by not overdriving it so much. So the cheap one is even better than the expensive one. Or let me show you this one here, which I have modified. Yeah, that's just a cheap one, but I have added a little resistor inside of it to cut down a bit on the power. So yeah, adventurers, good that I kept the receipt, and this is, well, I always say, test your gear, then trust your gear. This one failed, but okay, last thoughts on the solar rechargeable flashlight. I love the idea, but they have just, you know, this was like $6 something, so I would be totally fine paying 20 or 25 bucks for a product without all those flaws, with LED that actually isn't driven beyond its capability, with a completely water sealed body without a stupid USB-C plug, which is unusable anyhow. Yeah, I love the idea, but I'm not happy with the execution. That's the thing about it. But I wanted to show you this thing, because I think it is freaking cool to have a solar rechargeable flashlight. Yeah. What I will do with this one is I won't throw it away or something. I will open it, like here. And then I just add a resistor here in the wire, so the LED doesn't get that much power anymore. Absolutely simple. And then it is fine to use. You know, for camping or bushcrafting or something, but yeah. It is not the prepping item of my dreams, which I hoped it was, like flashlights that almost never runs out of battery. Yeah. It's not the prepping item of my dreams, but still it will be a little bit modifying. It will make a decent work light. And I have to put a resistor into those as well. They are overdriven. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem with the Chinese flashlights. They always try to get them as bright as possible, as if it's of any use to have a brightest flashlight in the world. As I end up freaking lightsaber, it's a flashlight, guys. Yeah. I'd rather have a reliable one that's not that bright, like this one here. You know, than to have one that's ultra bright like this one here, but it fails in short order. Disappointed, but yeah, better here than out there in the woods at night. It's on fire. Oopsie. Oh, lots of dust here in the air. And it has a second mode, which you activate by rapidly jumping between them. And actually 4 modes: high, medium, work light, low work light, and off. Yeah, but as fun as it is to look at it while it is in the packaging, let's rip it open! Which we will need a knife for. Luckily, I have a few of those lying around. Then we'll test it again and see if this one was just, faulty from the factory. Whatever. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, let me know. And let me show this label here for the end. Focus on the word China.